Veterans in Politics International was formed by Castle P. Anderson back in 1993. This particular organization came right out of Desert Storm. Apparently, the troops coming back from Kuwait and Saudi Arabia was losing their voice in the political world of the United States, and Veterans in Politics was formed out of that base and that idea. Veterans in Politics is just that, veterans being actively involved in politics. Veterans in Politics, we encourage veterans and their families that they have to go to the voting booth. They have to vote. They have to be really active as far as knowing who their candidates are, who they're voting for, because we believe that's essential in running our government. Veterans have been getting put to the side so many times by politicians that don't have a clue about how this government should be run. They don't have a clue about the men and women serving this country, defending this country. And they're just idiots behind a desk. And we form Veterans in Politics to put veterans in office, or like-minded veterans in office, to better run this country and better serve our veterans. Veterans in Politics encourages veterans to take an active role as a candidate. We believe that veterans or military service members of the United States go to foreign countries, and we develop a democratic nation for that country. We help these countries with their voting process, just like in recently Afghanistan. We help stabilize their government with candidates that are going to serve all the people, just like in Iraq. Now, we as veterans should stay involved, whether we're in a uniform or not, because it's this world is on the edge of disaster, we feel. And we need people that understand this world. We don't need politicians in a suit, looking pretty, nice smile. We need politicians that have empathy and compassion. We need politicians that have strategy. We need politicians that have discipline. We need politicians that have knowledge. We need politicians that understand the world, understand how our military works, understand the people of the United States. Those are the type of politicians we need. We need somebody that's going to sometimes go from the hip, sometimes go from the mind, but a lot of times go from the heart. We need politicians that understand our military. And the Veterans in Politics, how we go about this, we interview candidates, and we endorse these particular candidates to elected seats. A lot of people say, hey, I'm not a veteran. I can't be endorsed by Veterans in Politics. But that's not true. Being a veteran is a plus, but we look at the qualifications of these candidates. We take a look at their knowledge, their work ethic, their appearance, their approachability, and many, many, many other contributes that these candidates have that we take a look at before we even give them our endorsement. In every election year, we have candidates. They call us, they send us email, they send us U.S. postage mail, and they say, hey, I'm a candidate for a particular seat, and I want to gain your endorsement. And we said, no, that's just not how it works. We don't just give the endorsement out. You have to interview for us. So we set up a date and time. These candidates, they come and interview, and then we make it a public forum because we believe that the public need to put a voice with the face, need to see these candidates, need to see what these candidates' platform is, and need to recognize what these candidates are all about. We even ask for the candidate's bio. And sometimes when we have questions about these candidates, and the there's certain things that we're not sure of. We sometimes hire a private investigator to go take a really good look at this candidate, because we want the public to go to those voting booths and vote for the candidate of our choice. And we also want to make sure that the candidate of our choice is the best candidate that could serve the American people, or that could serve Nevada, or that could serve Clark County or Las Vegas, whichever it might be that whatever office that they're running for. We want to make sure that these candidates serve us, the people that are paying taxes for them to represent us. We want to make sure these candidates are knowledgeable. We want to make sure these candidates know exactly what they're talking about before they gain our endorsement. And when they do gain our endorsement, it doesn't stop there. We might go and help do phone banks for them, or voiceovers, and try to gain more people to vote for these candidates. We might go ahead and do commercials for them. We might go ahead and go door to door and do some grassroots for them. So we are actively involved. If we believe in these candidates that we endorsed, then we're actively involved, and we're there to support them. And when we endorse candidates in the primaries and they somehow don't make it to the general, which is very unlikely, because usually 9 out of 10 of our candidates make it to the general from the primaries. But if this candidate might lose in the primary, we don't go ahead and all of a sudden re-interview other candidates for that same seat and then give another candidate our endorsement for the general election. No, that endorsement stops right there in the primaries, because we don't believe in backpedaling. If we backpedal, then what good are we? And we don't believe the American government should backpedal. That way, we shouldn't backpedal. If we give our endorsement to a particular candidate, and this particular candidate does not make it out of the primaries, well, the people have spoken, and that endorsement just stops right there, right at the primaries. But if our endorsee goes all the way to the general election, then we've done our job. And if our endorsee becomes victorious, then we really have done our job. The Veterans in Politics we're also a watchdog group, or a military watchdog group, or whatever dog or whatever you want to call us. But we make sure that veterans' needs are being taken care of. In other words, we make sure that these government or elected officials that say that they're going to help our veterans out, well, we hold them to the fire. Just like this particular Veterans Administration hospital that's supposed to be built in 2009, now 2011, that cost $200,000 at the beginning. Now it's over $200 million at the beginning. Now it's over $600 million. Just like these claims that are taking so long to get processed for veterans that are waiting for different disability claims, or these homeless veterans that are out there that need a place to stay because they develop post-traumatic stress disorder and they cannot really come back to society. We make sure that we try to put a helping hand out there so they could be taken care of as well. Because when you don that uniform or you take that uniform off, you're still a veteran, regardless. So we want to make sure that veterans are being taken care of. And, people lose sight of that just because there's no bombs outside their doors and there's no gunshots going across the street from them. That doesn't mean that there's not a veteran that is wearing United States uniform fighting for that particular country's rights in that foreign land. Veterans need to be taken care of when they come back. We are the Veterans in Politics, to unite all veterans in one voice, no matter what religion or what political beliefs you are. To contact the Veterans in Politics, go to veteransinpolitics.com or P.O. Box 28211, Las Vegas, Nevada 89126, or 702-283-2935. We are the Veterans in Politics.